unthinkable that Crystal, with her past history, is now setting Milton's clothing on fire, slashing his tires, threatening to kill him with a knife in front of other people. It's as if she's never learned anything. In her mind, she's in a place where she doesn't have the ability to choose.
Crystal is charged with multiple crimes, including attempted murder and arson. The attempted murder charge is dropped before trial after Milton admits to starting the fight. Crystal serves 88 days in jail. Then she's released on bail to await trial. No matter how Crystal sees it, this event is a turning point. She's gone from helpless victim to aggressor, and she never looks back.
Crystal's thought process clearly works in mysterious ways. The ridiculous thing about that huge blow-up with Milton is that it started over the most trivial argument. It takes very little to push a Crystal button and send her into that place where she just can't think straight.
10 months later, Crystal's case goes to trial. A jury finds her guilty of child neglect, injury to property, and resisting arrest, but deadlocks on the arson charge. Crystal is sentenced to time served. She is free to go. After the trial, Crystal and her kids move into her friend Peggy's house.
She felt secure there. She knew that there was no violence there. And she could talk to me like a mom, because my mom never talked to her like I would talk to her.
One more time, Crystal tries to put her past behind her, but she doesn't get far. She decides to return to the business she knows best, escorting.
She has great capacity to do something with her life, and yet what does she do? She goes back to the escort business. I was absolutely shocked. She had so many possibilities to learn from her mistakes, and yet she goes back to the thing that's gotten her in trouble her entire life.
It will be a fateful choice that will stir up even more trouble than she can imagine. A month after moving in with her friend Peggy, Crystal meets Reginald Daye, a 48-year-old construction worker Peggy hired to paint her house.
He was very considerate, very kind. He thought a great deal of me.
Once again, it's a daddy figure. It's a man much older than her. Once again, you ask the question, is this her childhood need to get back that feeling of complete acceptance by a father figure?
Hey, working hard.
Hey, yeah.
I got you a beer.
Oh, thank you.
When Crystal finds out that Reginald is looking for a roommate, she sees an opportunity and turns on the charm.
Yeah, that's one of the newest ones. I need a roommate. That's right. You know somebody?
Me actually, yeah. Yeah, I'm actually looking for a place to stay.
I was the flirtatious one before we were roommates. I suggested that I move in with him. And he said, I need help with the rent, so we'll go by a trial and error basis and take it from there.
I will.
Within weeks, Crystal and her kids move into Reginald's two-bedroom apartment. Almost immediately, Crystal and Reginald become more than roommates. Crystal is convinced she's met Mr. Right yet again.
We planned a future together. We talked about buying a house. We talked about getting married someday. He couldn't have kids, so he joked about my children being his. We listened to music all the time when the kids were at school. We made love almost every day. A lot of times outside. He was just my best friend.
But Crystal's friends have a bad feeling about the budding romance.
I didn't like it because her children wanted her to be a mom and didn't want another man in the house. And I wanted Crystal to start off with just herself and her children and let God do the rest for her. Crystal wants to be a good mother, a good person, but she just get with the wrong people and they influence her. And then she forgets about her priorities. I think Crystal's main problem in life is men, the wrong type of men.
Turns out her friend's instincts are right on target. Like clockwork, the same old problems start to surface.
Where you going?
You want to work tonight?
To work.
To work.
I'm about tired of this job. You need to stay home tonight.
Reginald isn't happy about Crystal working as an escort.
You need to stay home.
He started keeping my cell phone. He would answer my phone and ask the person on the other end their name, how they know me.
Who is this? How you know Crystal? Nah, you know what? I don't think so. I don't think it's gonna be any of that tonight. Hey, give me that phone back.
Who was that?
You tell me who that was.
I don't know. I didn't answer it.
Who is that?
not going nowhere.
Who is that? Some special dude?
It's kind of hard for me to distinguish between innocent jealousy and controlling jealousy.
I'm not jealous. I don't like everybody calling your phone.
It's not surprising that the boyfriends eventually resent the work that she does as an escort. They want her to be exclusive to them, and Crystal will not be controlled in that way.
You better
Sit
stay
down
here.
and shut the hell up.
Yeah,
Don't answer
okay.
my phone.
Yeah, you gonna stay here tonight. That's all I know. You ain't going nowhere. Crystal, I said you ain't going
Sorry,
nowhere.
that was my friend.
You better not leave.
Yeah, I'm wearing something nice. Okay, bye.
Coming up,
I'm trying to hide from him, and he's throwing these knives.
I bet you want to stop now. Ah, what about this, huh?
when 32-year-old Crystal Mangum meets Reginald Daye, she thinks she's finally found her soulmate.
Who is that calling? Who is that? Some special dude?
But she's wrong. April 2nd, 2011. Crystal and Reginald arrive home after a night of drinking.
I understand. Why do you gotta always act like that? Why do you gotta wear that stuff? You know what I'm...
After Reginald accuses her of flirting with other men, all bets are off.
What's wrong? You always
My
have something to say. You
problem-
always
Can
have a
I
problem.
say something?
What are you talking about? You always yelling for no reason. You keep talking to me about nothing. Why you acting like this? I'm tired of you. I'm tired of you. Stop doing this. I don't care.
He grabs me,
You and your
Don't
kid.
talk to me like
Get
that.
out of my house.
starts spitting in my face.
Do you hear me? I'm tired of you acting like a slut.
Bitch, I told you not to cross me. I opened up my house to you, and this is how you treat me.
Making a house for you and your... I said I'm making a house for you and your kid.
He flew off into a rage.
Hey, you just need to get out of my house. Get out of my house. Hey.
Crystal says she escapes to the bedroom, but Reginald comes after her.
I sat on the bed, and he pushed me down and put his hand over my face so I couldn't breathe.
I'm tired of your mouth.
Just leave.
You need to shut your mouth. You talk too much.
I tried to push him away.
Won't you just be quiet? I'm tired of your mouth. You always
I
run.
grabbed his wrist.
Shut your mouth. Shut your mouth. Yeah,
I said, stop.
I'm good to you. And you gonna do this?
Kept screaming no, but he wouldn't stop. Then he pulled me off of the bed and starts hitting me in my face, slapping me, pulling my hair out.
I got something for you.
According to Crystal, Reginald suddenly pulls back and heads for the kitchen.
See these?
She claims when he returns, he's armed.
You wanna play now? I bet you don't wanna play now.
I'm trying to hide from him, and he's throwing these knives.
I bet you wanna stop now. Stop! What about this, huh? I got this for you. Huh? You won't talk now? Now you wanna talk?
Stop!
Huh? Let's talk. Huh?
Just leave. Go.
You wanna keep talking?
She says she dodges the flying blades, but Reginald is just getting started.
He comes over to me.
Where you going now, huh? You want those other dudes? You can have them. I'm gonna want you. I want them other dudes to have you now.
He starts choking me where I can't breathe. The more I try to pull his hand away from me, the tighter he gets. And he's constantly saying,
It's good to you and your kids. Why would you do that? Talk now. Talk now. Now say it.
I couldn't say anything.
Huh? Now what you gotta say, girl?
I felt that Reginald was gonna kill me. I felt that same sense of doom. It's something beyond my control again.
Huh? Talk to me. What you gotta say now, huh? Now what? What you gotta say? Tell me why.
Crystal grabs a knife.
Why did you do me like that, huh? I was good to you. I was...
I plunged the knife into his side. He got off of me.
The violent fight that she has with Reginald becomes a culmination of every other abusive event in her life, stemming all the way back to where she was 14. It's as if every fight, every encounter where a man has threatened her, sexually aggressed against her, disbelieved her, accused her of cheating, it all comes together in this huge tornado. It's almost as if everything was a stepping stone to this one huge event.
I was good to you. I was...
I was afraid. I was really not thinking that it was gonna hurt him. I was just trying to get him off of me.
Crystal says she then runs to her aunt's house several blocks away and calls police. Meanwhile, Reginald staggers upstairs to his nephew's apartment to get help. When police arrive at her aunt's house, Crystal is stunned when they have a pair of cuffs for her instead of Reginald.
You're under arrest.
He's already reported his version of what happened.
Tell him Anthony tried to kill me.
He claims that Crystal stabbed him, stole his money, and ran away.
They came over and handcuffed me and said, "Get up, Crystal, let's go." That was it.
Did you try to explain to them what Reginald had done to you?
I told them that my face was bruised, my face was bleeding. From where he had punched me, my skin was open. I had several knots on my scalp from where he had pulled my hair out. Honestly, I think they were just happy that they were arresting me.
Almost 2 weeks after the stabbing, Reginald dies from complications.
I cried for days. I was confused. How could this happen? I couldn't imagine him being there one day and then gone.
Now, prosecutors charge Crystal with first-degree murder.
I couldn't believe it because I was just trying to get him off of me. At the time, I was afraid. I didn't intend to hurt Reginald. I didn't intend to kill him. I never would even conceive of hurting anyone, let alone the person that I love and live with.
Today, Crystal is at the Durham County Jail awaiting trial for murder. She claims her biggest fear is that she'll never escape her past.
I tried to move on with my life and ignore all the negative things that have been said about me and my character, but I keep hitting that same wall, and I gotta tear it down.
The outcome of this incident with Reginald is really going to determine whether Crystal is going to be a victim of her past or whether or not she can learn from her mistakes. And I think it's a constant reminder to us watching from the outside that we always have a choice.